ISIS has released a new video with images of New York City, apparently implying the Big Apple is the next target for suicide attacks. And new information points to a threat against the White House as well, right here in Washington, D.C. Alexei Yaroshevsky has more from the White House.
Propaganda video, they targeted the White House as their next place they would hit. They actually said that they would render the White House black. Again, this is the second threat in just this week, but the FBI Director James Comey was very swift to react to this video and came up with a statement saying that all those threats were basically illegitimate. Let's listen to what FBI Director had to say.
We are not aware of any credible threat here of a Paris-type attack, and we have seen no connection at all between the Paris attackers and the United States. ISIL and its supporters put out all kinds of propaganda like videos and magazines, but that is not credible intelligence. Of course, we investigate all of those propaganda threats, but instead the threat here focuses primarily on troubled souls in America who are being inspired or enabled online to do something violent for ISIL.
I'm sure Igor will mention the security situation in New York City. I've heard that there are some reinforcements there, but speaking of Washington, D.C., we haven't seen any significant boost in security here. Even now, right here by the White House, the atmosphere is very calm. There are a lot of kids here, as you can probably see, and I spoke to a number of people walking around here. Nobody feels any kind of alarm following those threats made by ISIS. It's pretty much a follow-up to what James Comey had to say.
And now for the threats in New York City, here's RT's Yegor Piskunov.
Well, this latest propaganda video released by Islamic State does have some images of Times Square, perhaps implying that that could potentially be one of their next targets. That is new concerning the video, of course, but we have heard from the city's senior officials, including Mayor de Blasio and Police Commissioner Bill Bratton, and they actually came down to Times Square, stood there right in the crowd, sort of showing everybody that it's still safe, there's no reasons to panic. And frankly, they said that there's nothing new about New York City being under threat of a possible terror attack. Unfortunately, we all know that. Just remember 9/11. And they are saying that the city is constantly upgrading its security systems. They're constantly on the lookout for any possible threats. And so far, besides this propaganda video, when it comes to actual intelligence information, when it comes to any data that goes through their intelligence systems, they don't see any specific new threats and are telling people to just stay calm and go on with their lives. They even, as they stood on Times Square, they just actually pointed out that life was and is still going on as normal there. There are a lot of people around them just going by their business. We did speak to some of the New Yorkers on the streets, and the reaction was mixed because, well, the scars left from 9/11 are still fresh in many people's memories.
Well, terrorism is something that has struck personally. I was affected September 11th, and every day it's something that's on all of our minds, not just here in New York, but it is a global issue, and it is scary.
I don't know what I'm saying. It just sucks, really, to be honest with you. That you have to come to work and, you know, something could happen, you know, to somebody you care about or, you know, to anybody that, you know, in the city. It's a horrible thing, actually.
I don't think there's any place safer in the world to be than New York City. These people, they're out of control, they're crazy. They're going to make threats all the time. I'm not going to let it get to you day to day. I know the people that are here, whose job it is to protect us, they're doing everything they can. There's nothing else we can really do about it, but do what you got to do, live your day.
I mean, I was here on September 11th and saw the World Trade Centers on fire with my own eyes, and since then there hasn't been a major terrorist incident, so I've basically trust the New York City police, and you know, eventually it'll happen, I guess, but I'm not afraid on a daily basis.
I just want to add that I also saw 9/11 and the Twin Towers on fire with my own eyes, and I totally understand what that man was saying. And I think the New York City authorities did have enough time to upgrade all of the surveillance and security systems in the city. We're also getting reports now that Islamic State has also threatened a terror attack against the White House in Washington, D.C., but the FBI is saying that both of these threats are not credible. But just to remind you, right after the terror attacks in Paris, authorities here in New York City and in New York State upgraded, toughened security measures. Additional police units have been sent to the more populated areas of New York City, including Times Square, of course. And these additional police units also include anti-terror units.